Hi everyone, this video will show you how to find journal articles from databases that we buy from a company called EBSCO host. We're going to start at the library website, which can be found at Library.Pace.edu. In the search widget in the middle of the page, I'm going to click on the Databases tab. From here, you can access our subscription research databases. If you know the name of the database you want to search, you can go in alphabetically. If you're not sure where to start, or you want to see all the databases available in a particular subject area, use the subject menu. In this case, I'll choose economics. This automatically brings to the screen a list of databases that in some way contain content that might be of use in the field of economics. Now there's 18 databases listed here. You probably won't need to search all of them, but you'll certainly want to search some of them. I'm going to show you how to search a number of databases simultaneously that we buy from a particular company. So the company is called EBSCO, and we buy a lot of our research databases from that company. You can choose one of these databases and then go into your search and add additional databases. It's a way of making a more efficient use of your search time. So I'm going to start with the Academic Search Ultimate database. Academic Search Ultimate is great because it's a good interdisciplinary database, meaning it contains publications in a variety of subject areas, including economics. So I'm going to click Academic Search Ultimate, and then here on the search screen above the search box you can see that it says Searching Academic Search Ultimate. Click where it says Academic Search Ultimate, and this will show you a list of all the databases that we buy from this company. So now I can go through this list and I can add additional content to my search. I'm going to add Business Source Ultimate. That contains journals and publications in a variety of business topics. I'm going to also add Soc Index. Soc Index includes many social sciences and sociology topics. Now, depending on your research question, you may want to choose some different databases. For example, we have databases about the environment. We have databases about health sciences, education, criminal justice, communications, many options for you to choose from. By choosing databases here and adding that content into your search, you're actually searching more publications. So I've made my choices. I'm going to go to the bottom of this window and click Select. Now above the search box it says Searching Academic Search Ultimate and 2 more. So you can see I'm searching 3 databases. I'm going to type in my first search concept, which is income inequality, and then my second search concept, which is health outcomes. I put them each into a separate box, and then you can see that there's an and automatically between them. That tells the database every result that it finds must contain the words income inequality and the words health outcomes. So it's a way to kind of focus our search a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and click on search. We'll see the results that we get, and then we can go in and we can now start to do some additional finessing of our search. We could certainly start scrolling and start clicking and reading articles if we wanted to. But we do have some filters across the top that I would recommend you use. The first one is source type. You can see there are academic journals, magazines, reports, and other things in this database. In this case, we want to search just academic journals. So I'm going to click that and click Apply. In addition to academic journals, I'm also going to use this shortcut filter, Peer Reviewed. So that indicates that I want the articles from those academic journals that have been through the peer review process. There's also a shortcut filter here where you can limit by publication date. So I'm going to choose the past 5 years. Okay, and my results number here has been changing as I've been going through and making these options. The number has been getting smaller and smaller. So again, I could start scrolling through and reading articles, and I may want to do that. But let's also take a look at this button that says All Filters. And this allows us to go in and make additional limits or filters on our search if we would like. One thing that might be interesting is to click on databases, and you can actually see how many of our results came from each of the databases that we chose to search. So remember I started with Academic Search Ultimate. if I had only searched Academic Search Ultimate, I would have 135 articles. But you can see I've added 41 additional items from Business Source Ultimate and 35 additional items from Soc Index with full text. So by searching all three databases, like I said, I've kind of cast a wider net and I'm getting more results that I can then look at. One filter you may want to use is the language filter. For me, I can only read English, so I'm going to limit to English language publications. The geography filter could be very tempting to you. However, I will actually recommend that you not use the geography filter. You can see here that the numbers here are so low. We've got 199 articles in our list, and this says only 15 of them are about the United States. Only 9 of them are about China. All of these added up together will not equal 199. I know from experience that not every article has a geography tag attached to it, so the geography filter really does not work well. So I know it will be tempting to you, but I'm going to have to recommend that you actually don't use it. Okay, so I'm going to click apply, and that's going to apply my language filter. Was the only one that I applied, and that dropped it down by another couple of items. Again, I could start scrolling, I could start reading articles, but I do want to show you another search technique. I'm going to click on the advanced search link, which is at the top right below the search box, and that takes me back here to my search page. And I'd like to show you what happens when you use the search word or. So you can see that I have income inequality and health outcomes. And the database is recommending some additional options for me. So this one, or health impacts, or health effects, or effects on health. Those ors tell the database basically to expand the search, expand the search and look for all those different variations on that phrase. Now when I click on my search button, my numbers should go up. And it did significantly. So I went from 199 to 441. Up at the top, I'll double check my academic journals filter is still applied. My peer-reviewed filter is still applied. My publication date filter of 5 years is still applied. So that's great. I can see that my other filters are still applied. And so you can see by using or and adding synonyms or related terms, you can also expand your search. So that's just something for you to consider. Now I'm going to start actually going in and looking at some articles. So many of these articles that'll be here, you'll see Access Now PDF, and that means that article is immediately available. Sometimes you see Access Options, and within that menu, you see PDF or online full text. Same thing, that article is immediately available. So for example, if I click on the PDF, it will bring up the full text of the article. There it is, and I can start to read this journal article. The abstract is right there at the top, which is really helpful. It tells you what the article is about. It tells you the methodology of the article. So what research did they actually do, or what study did they perform? You get initial results, you get their conclusions. The abstract is incredibly helpful for you and really helps you decide, do you need to read this entire article? Is it related to your research question? Up at the top right, the little quotation mark icon, when I put my mouse over that, it says Cite. This is where you can copy the citation for this article, and you have a variety of formats there. You also have the little curved arrow, the share icon. From there, you would be able to email yourself the article or save to Google Drive, so you can see you have options there to save or email. And then, of course, you could download or print the article as well. And I'm going to click to go back to my list of results, and we'll continue to go through the list. So that's best case scenario. You click on the article title or you click the Access Now button, and that article is immediately available for you to read. In some of the cases that we're seeing here, though, you can see that there's not a PDF or access button. For example, item number 8, this time the button says search for item. And if I click on that, what that does, it opens a new window and it's searching through all of our library databases to see, do we have this article maybe somewhere else? And in this case, it does say resources located for this citation, and it's giving me a link to the publisher website. If I click on that link, it should take me to the full text of the article, and there it is. I can download it, I can read this article. There's again the abstract telling you what the article is about, telling you what kind of study they conducted. The citation option is there. So we did have the full text for that article. It was just a couple of clicks away. So I'm going to close my article window. I'm going to close search for item. And now I'm back at my list of results. So this article was listed here in my search results, but to get the full text, I clicked on that search for item button. Here's another one that has the search for item button. This time when I click on it though, it tells me resources located, submit a request for materials outside the library collection. This is telling you the library does not have this article in any of our databases. There is a link here for Pleasantville and New York City patrons. Request using ILLiad for interlibrary loan. ILLiad interlibrary loan is a service that we provide where when we do not have immediate access to an article, we will get it for you from another library. So Pleasantville and New York City patrons is you, no matter where you are. The other link for law patrons, that's for people at the law school, so please don't use that one. So Pleasantville and New York City patrons, it will ask you to log in with your Pace username and password, and it will fill out the article request for you. So you can see the journal title, the article title, the author, page number, etc., etc. All that information has been filled out for you. All you have to do is click Submit Request at the bottom of the form, and the interlibrary loan staff will email you when the article is available. In that email will be a link that takes you here to the ILLiad main menu where you can download your electronically received articles, and do that right away. They only sit here for 30 days. I'll close my ILLiad interlibrary loan window. I'm going to close search for item. And again, now I'm back at my list of results. Every time you click search for item, it should open a new tab in your browser window so you don't lose your results. And again, I can come back here. I can click on additional article titles. I can read abstracts. I can download. I can share. I can email myself. I can get the citation. So all those things are available in that view as well. So again, this is searching the EBSCO databases from the library website that contain content in the field of economics. And remember, when you first come into search, above that search box where it says Searching Academic Search Ultimate, you can add additional content to your search there. I'm going to go back to the library homepage. If you have any questions about research at the Pace Library, please use that big Ask a Librarian button at the bottom right of the library homepage, and we would be happy to help.